Hi everyone, welcome back to Maker Forge Co. This is a metal bandsaw, which is a portable metal bandsaw. This one is made by Wen, and it's one of the coolest tools there is. It has a 5-inch opening, and you can cut up to 5 inches deep with this, and it has 6-inch diameter wheels with a 44-inch and 7/8 inch long blade. It's easy to use, very simple, just a trigger here. This one has a light on it, but this has been a great tool for me. I'll show you how it works. So this is a piece of 4-inch by 4-inch tubing, 1/4-inch thick stock. So you can see it's a pretty nice cut. Yeah, that's a really nice cut from that metal bandsaw here. These are the rubber tires for the 6-inch wheels that are on here. So those 6-inch wheels have these black rubber tires with these little notches on the inside. And this is the 44 and 7/8 inch blade by 1/2 inch wide. These blades pretty cheap, but the main problem with this that I have is that it does not have a stand. It would be great to have a stand, but that got me thinking. I've seen a couple people like Adam Savage and Alex Steele have a version of these saws with a stand on it, which is great, but it made me think, what else could we do with this? How could we improve this? So here's what I found. So I did some digging to try and find something that I really liked. I want to make a version of this metal bandsaw that comes on a stand and looks a lot prettier. So I went through some old patents that I found on just through Google Patents for some bandsaws, and I found this Crescent Bandsaw. Let me show you the patent. It's very pretty drawn for the patent. So that is a patent for the Crescent Bandsaw from 1906. After researching these different bandsaws and some other patents, I decided on this Crescent bandsaw because I loved how pretty it looked, and I loved how detailed their drawings were, and I loved how just simple that bandsaw is. This Wen bandsaw is very simple. It's very easy to use. I have had no troubles with it so far. I'll add a link in the description to it, but this bandsaw has been great. I've used it for a lot of things. But what I decided I wanted to do was build a version of the Crescent Bandsaw from 1906, but with some modern details, but make it look as aesthetically pleasing as the Crescent Bandsaw. So what I did was I've started drawing up what I want this bandsaw to look like, and so we're going to look at first designing and building the wheels that the bandsaw blade will be riding on, and this is how you adjust the tension, and this is how it is driven. This is the design I want to make for the wheels on my bandsaw. So we're going to build a whole bandsaw like the Crescent bandsaw here, but with it scaled down. This is a 20-inch wheel bandsaw, and we're going to scale it down to a 6-inch wheel bandsaw. Hopefully that will look very pretty and be very functional as a small metal bandsaw. If you haven't watched Adam Savage build his stand for his metal bandsaw, I suggest you go and look at that. There's some great ideas there. I just want to make a full miniature standing bandsaw that I can use in the shop and that looks elegant. So we're going to build this wheel out of aluminum, and I think bronze is what we're going to go with for the outer lip. So follow along as we build this bandsaw. It's going to be a couple series, and hopefully we can test it against the portable bandsaw I have now and be able to see which one's better. See if I have improved the bandsaw, or if I've just made it look better, or if I failed completely. We'll find out, and we'll be able to test and learn along the way. So thanks for coming along. I'm going to get started with getting these wheels made on the lathe and the milling machine. Alright, that worked surprisingly well. I was able to get it in a semicircular pattern. Now I just need to drill a hole in the center so I can be able to mount this in the lathe. We're going to use this Wen drill press to be able to drill that hole. We'll see how that. Alright, I had to switch over to mounting it on the lathe to thread that center hole. So that's where we're at. Alright, so we got it set up in the lathe. We're going to face this front edge. I've got the sides all done so that I can grip it on the outside. So we'll get these faces machined and then we'll start cutting out just the center parts of this. So I've got it laid out with layout fluid. That's all this blue stuff. So we're going to lay out the diameters of the outside and also the inside so we can take out this middle section where we're going to put the spokes and make our hub here. So we'll go ahead and do that. I have this bolt that I've cut off to give me has a centering hole in it that I centered to this. Okay, so this will give me the diameter of the hub. Just so I can see where I'm working to. Okay, let me grab the measurement for the outside diameter. Okay. So we have the center hub, that's how thick the hub will be. And then out here is how thick our aluminum lip will be. This outer lip is going to be bronze. So we'll form bronze around this to make it a true 6-inch diameter. This is 5.5 diameter right now. And then it's a 0.33 of an inch thick lip on this outer edge. So we're going to carve out this so that we can make our spokes inside of that area. All right, both sides have been completed. All right, so we've got it to this stage. Both sides have been laid down, and now we just need to add the spokes. I need to make this hub 3/4 of an inch, and then we'll have to shrink the diameter of this from 6 inches down to 5.5 inches so I can add the bronze layer to the outside. So a couple more machining operations. We'll have a couple more things to do on the lathe, and then we're going to start with doing some milling on the milling machine for these spokes next time. But that's all the time I have for this video today. So thanks for following along, and look for part 2 coming up. Thanks.